Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Enneagram types of the characters from Never Have I Ever. Never Have I Ever is a new Netflix series written by Mindy Kaling, which focuses on Davey, a young teenager trying to find her way in the world and deal with the pressures of high school and trying to find love, and also processing the death of her father. This is a great series and it's absolutely hilarious and also incredibly diverse, which is so much what we need right now in entertainment, and I really enjoyed it. So let's start with our protagonist, Davey.
I won't be able to walk again tomorrow because I'm about to go get railed. Peace out, virgin.
Davey is ambitious and is always trying to achieve both in school and in her love life and come across as successful, put together and on top of things. She's organised and always busy and fills her life with loads of different projects. She's really competitive, especially with Ben, and just wants to be the best. She tries not to focus too much on her emotions as they get in the way of her trying to be the best she can be. This is why I think Davey is a type 3, the achiever. Achievers are striving for success and fear being worthless. And I think Davey really encapsulates this. Next, we have Fabiola, who is so sweet and definitely one of my favourite characters in the series.
One day, you will walk again. If not, I will build you legs.
Fabiola is analytical and she tries to approach things from a more logical perspective. She equips herself with knowledge to make herself feel more secure in the world. This is why I think that Fabiola is probably a type 5, the investigator. 5s are striving for knowledge and they fear being useless and incapable of doing things. Fabiola is really focused on her robotics and focused on the details and research, and approaches her emotions and especially her discovery of her sexuality from an analytical perspective, trying to think things through before acting upon anything, and she wants to be sure of everything before she makes any sort of hard decisions. Next, we come to the wonderful Elinor, which is the character that I probably relate to the most, and this is why I probably typed her as a type 4, the romantic.
Get a load of sexy flapper girl.
Elinor is artistic and emotional. She expresses herself very much through her clothing, which can especially be seen during the later half of the season when she decides to only wear beige, because it reflects her emotional numbness and her emotional turmoil that she's going through. She's empathetic and can lean into the dramatic, but ultimately is there for her friends and is very kind, and that's why I think she's a type 4. 4s strive to be individual and unique, and fear being seen as inauthentic and being abandoned by others. Now we come to Davey's mum, Dr. Nalini.
What on earth possessed you to misbehave this way?
She is very strict and follows the rules. She has a strong sense of right and wrong, and she wants to keep Davey and Kamala on the right paths. She wants them to be good and to stick to her rules. This is why I think Dr. Nalini is a type 1, the reformer. Type 1s are striving for goodness and perfection and fear things being chaotic and unorganised around them. They try to put change into the world and make the world the perfect place that they hope it can be. I think you can also see Dr. Nalini kind of lean into her integration line towards type 7, especially in the flashbacks with Davey's father, who is probably a type 7, and you can see her having a lot more fun and kind of leaning into being in the moment rather than always trying to stick strictly to the rules that she's created for herself. Now we come to Ben Gross, Davey's high school counterpart, who they're always trying to compete against each other.
May I, Mr. Shapiro? Yeah. It's the Romani people, Mr. Shapiro.
Much like Davey, Ben is ambitious, and they butt heads because they're both striving to be the best all the time. He's competitive and puts on an image of being the perfect, best person in the room. He wants to be seen as successful and wants to be successful at everything he tries. This is why I think Ben is a type 3, the achiever, the same as Davey. And this is why also I think they had to split all of the clubs in the school between the two of them and not share the same clubs, because they both constantly want to be the best. So if they're both in the same clubs, they can't each be the best at the things that they do. This can especially be seen when Davey joins Model UN, and it really gets Ben worked up and they start trying to compete with each other to be the best in the room. Finally, we come to the heartthrob of the season, Paxton Yoshida.
I'm doing exactly what I said I'd do. I'm here to have sex with you.
Now, Paxton was quite difficult to type, as I think quite often you hear a lot about Paxton, but you don't necessarily see him as much as some of the other characters. But ultimately, I think he is protective and avoids vulnerability. You can especially see his protective nature with regards to his sister, and you can see him avoiding vulnerability when he doesn't really want to talk about it with Davey. He can lean into aggression, but ultimately is very confident and self-assured and knows what he wants to do. This is why I think Paxton is probably a Type 8, the challenger. Type 8 strive for control and avoid vulnerability. And I think Paxton probably fits into this the most out of all of the types. And that's all the characters that I'm going to explore today. I was kind of interested in looking at Kamala, but I struggled a little bit with her and couldn't quite type her. So if you think you know what type she is, let me know down in the comments below. If you liked this video, give it a like down below and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. If you want to see more from me, you can also follow me on Instagram at Flynn Davies Enneagram. You can check out Enneagram interviews I've done with people of different types in the playlist linked below, and you can see my other video where I've typed the characters from Schitt's Creek just here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!